Hi! You already know what a full stop and a capital letter are. These are called punctuation marks. We will learn more about these in this lesson. But first, let us revisit what we already know. Hi! You already know what a full stop and a capital letter are. Let us look at this group of words. She sells seashells on the seashore. Is this a sentence? Do we know where the sentence begins and where it ends? Does it end at the word shells or does it end at the word shore? How can we be sure? We should begin a sentence with a capital letter. So the word she should have a capital S to show the beginning of a sentence. We now put a full stop after the word shore. This tells us where the sentence ends. Now, this sentence is complete and easy to understand. Pam gave her scrapbook to her best friend Tom. Tom wrote in the scrapbook, Pam is a good girl. She does her homework every day. She talks to her friends politely. Pam is my best friend. Do these words make any sense? No, they don't. Tom has forgotten the capital letters and full stops. So we cannot understand where his sentences begin and where they end. Let us correct Tom's mistakes. Pam is a good girl. She does her homework every day. She talks to her friends politely. Pam is my best friend. Do the lines make sense now? We have now put in the capital letters and full stops, and the sentences are easy to understand. Do you know what this is? You are right. This is a comma. This is another punctuation mark. Do you know how to use a comma? Let us find out. My teacher asked me to bring some items for the craft class. She asked me to write them down in my notebook. I wrote, I have to bring gum, crayons, chart paper and a pair of scissors for the next craft class. When my teacher checked my notebook, she said I had made a mistake. What mistake did I make? Oh, I forgot to put commas in my sentence. I should have put commas after the words gum, crayons, and chart paper. We use commas after each item in a list except the last one. I quickly corrected my list and wrote, I have to bring gum, crayons, chart paper, and a pair of scissors for the next craft class. Let us look at some more sentences. My mother bought me a storybook, a toy, and a school bag. Where should we put commas in this sentence? Correct. We should put commas after the words storybook and toy because they are items in a list. We went to the zoo, the museum, and the amusement park on Sunday. Where should we put commas in this sentence? Yes, we should put commas after the words zoo and museum because they are items in a list. Jane keeps 2 pencils, an eraser, and a ruler in her pencil box. Where should we put commas in this sentence? Correct. We should put commas after the words pencils and eraser because they are items in a list. Johnny ate an apple, a cake, toast, and eggs. Where should we put commas in this sentence? Right. We should put commas after the words apple, cake, and toast because they are items in a Is this lesson complete? This is a sentence, but something is missing from it. What is missing? Is it a full stop? Let's see what happens if we put in a full stop to end this sentence. Is this lesson complete? Is this correct? No, it isn't. This is a sentence, but this sentence asks a question, so it should end with a question mark and not with a full stop. We write, is this lesson complete? Now the sentence makes sense. We put a question mark at the end of a sentence that asks a question. For example, why are you late to class? Will you tell me a story? Look at these sentences. Select the sentences that should end with question marks. Where is Beth going? Beth is going to France for the holidays. Will Beth visit Paris? Yes, Beth will go to Paris. Paris is a beautiful city. That is correct. We put a question mark at the end of the sentence, where is Beth going, because it asks a question. We also have to put a question mark at the end of the sentence, will Beth visit Paris, because this sentence also asks a question. All the other sentences are statements. They will end with a full stop. Let's see how we use the apostrophe. When we want to show that something belongs to a person, we use the possessive form. For example, these are Harry's toys. In this case, the apostrophe is used after the proper noun or pronoun and is followed by an S. We also use the possessive form to show that something belongs to an animal or a thing. For example, the dog's tail, the book's pages. Here is an exercise to check how well you have learned punctuation marks. Punctuate the paragraph with suitable punctuation marks from the box. Tess has a doll. She has named her doll Miranda. Tess has bought a dress, shoes and ribbons for Miranda. Do you think Miranda can talk? This paragraph does not make any sense as the punctuation marks are missing. Let us put the punctuation in the correct places and read the paragraph again. Which punctuation marks should we put in the first sentence? At the start of the first sentence, we begin with a capital T. So, Tess will begin with a capital T. The sentence will end with a full stop, placed after doll. Which punctuation marks should we put in the second sentence? In the second sentence, we write the S of she as a capital letter and end the sentence with a full stop. We place the full stop after Miranda. Which punctuation marks should we put in the third sentence? In the third sentence, we make the T of Tess capital and end the sentence with a full stop. We also put commas after the words dress and shoes because they are items in a list. Which punctuation marks should we put in the fourth sentence? In the fourth sentence, we have to make the D of do capital and end the sentence with a question mark because this sentence asks a question. Now let us see if the paragraph makes sense. Tess has a doll. She has named her doll Miranda. Tess has bought a dress, shoes, and ribbons for Miranda. Do you think Miranda can talk? Yes. Now the paragraph makes sense.